Hey, what's up guys? Welcome casual viewers, race fans, everyone alike. Today's a very special video. You are about to meet the 21 drivers who are going to be partaking in Season 1 of the newest stop-motion racing series on YouTube, the AMC Theaters IndyCar Series. Now we're getting ever so close to the start of the season, so if you haven't already done so, be sure you subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you know when each race will drop. And be sure to follow us on Instagram at AMC IndyCars and go online, amcindycars.weebly.com. I'll have both links in the description down below. Enough of me blabbering though, let's get to the driver's meet. Introducing first, whether or not he's related to Mario or not is anybody's guess, as he does carry a last name that is famous for race cars. What's for sure though is that he carries a car that Joseph Newgarden took to a championship victory in the real-life IndyCar racing in 2019. Now, in the stop-motion racing stage, he hopes to carry that same car with him to another championship. Driving the number 2 Hitachi Chevrolet for Team Penske, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tristan Andretti. Two cars are adorned with car number 3 this season. The first one we're presenting is the more familiar looking one. It's the number 3 Pennzoil Chevrolet for Team Penske, which Helio Castroneves hopes to take to a 4th Indy 500 win in 2021. However, there is someone who might be able to do just that earlier before he does, and that would be coming from Bangkok, Thailand, Bri Lee. The other number 3 car was initially only seen on iRacing, but for the first time ever, we will get to see it on the global racing stage through stop-motion racing. He is the number 3 nationwide Chevrolet that Dale Earnhardt Jr. drove during the iRacing IndyCar Challenge, but this time it will be driven by Ellie's very own Jared Kaler. The car looks great. The driver is very experienced. In fact, he does sim racing a lot on project cars. However, now he's bringing with him all the dreams and pride of South Africa to the global racing stage in stop motion. Driving the number 4 Rip Current Chevrolet for AJ Foyt, ladies and gentlemen, Ayrton Coetzee. Biking, gaming, and a car geek. There isn't much that this guy can't do. However, now he's bringing all that knowledge with him to the stop motion racing stage, and he carries a big name behind him. Driving the number 5 Aero McLaren Chevrolet, coming from Mexico, Luis Paredes. We last saw this car participate in IndyCar racing in 2018. However, now it is coming into the stop-motion racing stage, and driving it, just like in real IndyCar racing, is a Canadian. Loudly and proudly from Canada, in the number 6 Lucas Oil Honda for Schmidt Peterson Motorsports, please welcome Micah Damon. He comes from a city that is famous for electric cars and rockets, so the true question remains, can he blast off into the number 1 spot? He sure hopes he can, and he's got great backing to do it. In the number 7 Honda show car, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bryant Lopez. His first race with us will be at his own home. In fact, he lives not very far from it. Coming in from Indianapolis, Indiana, driving a very, very popular car, the number 9 PNC Bank Honda for Chip Ganassi Racing, please welcome Kevin Rollins. Up next, dancing might be her number 1 thing, but don't count her out of racing. She's driving a very familiar car that actually got propelled into her first victory earlier this season in real-life IndyCar racing, and now she hopes to do the same. Driving the number 10 NTT Data Honda for Chip Ganassi Racing, from California, please welcome Fernanda Cordero. Very familiar on the racetrack, whether it's on the go-kart or on the IndyCar racetrack, there isn't much that you can't see the number 12 car doing, and in fact, now he's taking possession of it after his favorite IndyCar driver, Will Power. Driving the number 12 Bryant Chevrolet for Team Penske, it's the very guy talking to you. Coming from California, it is Sergio Morales. Looks like the United Kingdom sent one of its best to compete in stop-motion racing. Having previously made his debut in the IRA John Player IndyCar Series, he's participating in a second series in the AMC Theaters IndyCar Series, and he's driving the same car. The number 14 ABC Chevrolet for AJ Foyt. Please welcome from Wales, Jimmy Spock. Next up is a driver who will always be willing to take you on a spirit battle, but that's only if you're actually willing to go up against her, as there is very little, if any, defeating her, so let's not count her on the racetrack either. Driving the number 15 MyJack United Rentals Honda for Ray Hall Letterman Lanigan Racing, it's California's Delight Martinez. A longtime fan of electronic dance music is trying to get into the engineering field. And what better place to do it to start than the stop-motion racing stage? Driving the number 17 Chevrolet show car, coming from California, please welcome Etienne Lamb. He's got an extremely powerful car behind him, and he's coming also from that same city of electric cars and rockets, so maybe he could blast into the number 1 spot. Coming all the way from California in the number 22 Menards Chevrolet, the same one that won the Indy 500 in 2019, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Anneken Justin. Will Smith give up that position? Don't count on it, because he's chasing that top spot and the big prize ahead. Driving the number 27 AutoNation Honda for Andretti Autosport, please welcome from the US, Chase Smith. She's a track and field superstar, a boba lover, a YouTuber, a band player, and a piano master. Am I missing anything? Yeah, I hope not. What I can tell you for sure though is that she will not be letting all that stuff on her plate deter her from getting a number 1 spot in her stop-motion racing debut. Coming from the Philippines, driving the number 28 DHO Honda, please welcome Lizzie Salem. He's taken the car that would usually be driven by the mayor of Hinchtown and hopes to return it with a victory or two on the plate, maybe a championship to go with it. In the number 29 Genesis Honda from the state of Kentucky, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alexander Stigall. He's the founder of what has now become the biggest stop-motion racing series on YouTube. And in fact, that's the reason why this one now exists. Coming from Pennsylvania in the number 47 US Air Force Chevrolet, it's the legend himself, Joe Donahue. A very familiar orange car will be transferred from a legendary driver in Spain to a brand new driver from the state of California, one who is also making her stop-motion racing debut. In the number 66 McLaren Chevrolet from California, please welcome Darlene Mejia. He's an avid race fan and follows IndyCar very closely, as well as Formula 1 and NASCAR. But now he's making his debut on the stop-motion racing stage, or at least we assume it might be experienced. We'll just have to wait and see. Driving the number 88 Capstone Honda for Andretti Autosport from Sullivan, Indiana, please welcome Drew Gray. He might be the last one we're presenting today, but he is certainly not the least. In fact, he is a stop-motion racing legend, and we're honored to have him in the series. Driving the number 98 US Concrete Honda for Andretti Autosport. From Montana, please welcome John Whitaker. Alright race fans, there you have it, your entire grid for Season 1 of the AMC Theaters IndyCar Series. As previously mentioned, we have truly the most diverse grid on all stop-motion racing, with drivers representing all 3 time zones in the United States, 1 from Mexico, 1 from Canada, a handful of drivers from Asia and Europe, and even a South African driver. We truly have a grid unlike any other stop-motion racing series out there, and we cannot wait to see them battle it out on the grid, starting with lights out at the Indianapolis Grand Prix, all the way to the twin checkers at Homestead Miami Speedway at season's end. What do you think? Are you ready for the season? Who are you going to be cheering for? Let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned as the preseason continues, and as always, see you in the next video. Peace.